What's up, everyone? It's that guy Ralph. Thanks for watching my video. If you haven't already gotten the idea or gotten the thought of what this video is about, I'm going to tell you right now. Gotham by Gaslight is finally finished. Yeah! So excited. I've been working on this for, I think, a past week already. But I just wanted to make sure I got everything correct. You know, I read the comic about 3 times. Saw the movie already like 3 times. I was just like really excited to do this. To start the video off, you already know what I have coming for you guys. Dad joke. What did Batman do when he went shopping? Got ham. Oh man, cracked me up. Oh yeah, these dad jokes, they just gonna keep getting good. I love these things. Also, just to show you how serious I am about this review. This is my first review, so I want to go into it knowing that I know what I'm going to say, have an idea, also jot down some notes because I want to be as thorough as possible with both the comic and the movie. Not give you like super detailed, but you know, at least give you some ideas. Also, spoiler alert, I am going to be spoiling the movie for you guys. I'm sorry. If you haven't seen it, I apologize. Also, I'm spoiling the comic, so if you haven't read it, I'm sorry. But this is my review. You already know what you're getting into. Just spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Spoilers. But I jotted down notes on my phone just to be sure that everything I wanted to say. Also, I want to show you guys my Deathstroke case. I love this case so much. Anyways, moving forward with the review. I enjoyed both a lot. The end. No, I'm kidding. That's not it. I went into reading the comic with some thoughts in my mind that it wasn't going to be that good. And it surprised me a lot. It really did. Because it takes place in the late 1800s. And I'm not really into that whole like style. And it's not for me. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a read anyway. Because a lot of things you think is not going to be good end up shocking you. And Gotham by Gaslight was one of those things. It's an Elseworld story. Not saying that that's why it's going to be bad. It's just that it's not what I'm used to. So I kind of went into it kind of naive a little bit. But it shocked me. I enjoyed it a lot. Also with the movie, I went into it with a mindset that it was going to be like page by page. Like Dark Knight Returns type idea. That the animated movie was just like the comic. And there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm actually going to talk about that a little later. But to start off, I want to talk about the similarities both have. Let me just pull out my notes. So, as I said, they're both based off of the late 1800s era. I believe it's like 1880, I want to say 82, 86, somewhere in that range. But they both still have that same premise. You know, like they're on horse and carriages, and you see, you know, on the horses. So that's one similarity. Another similarity is they both focus on Batman catching Jack the Ripper. If you don't know who Jack the Ripper is, he's a famous murderer, never been caught. But this time, he's in Gotham, and he does get caught. Like I said, spoilers, he does get caught by Batman. And pretty much in the midst of trying to figure out who Jack the Ripper was, Bruce Wayne actually gets convicted for doing the murders that Jack the Ripper was actually doing. That's a smother spoiler. It's actually good to see Bruce Wayne being the bad guy. Not because I want to see him be the bad guy, but it's just because it's Bruce Wayne. Everybody in Gotham loves that man. You know, he's charitable. You know, does what he can for his community. They don't know he's Batman, but who cares? But even if it's Batman, he's awesome. And to see him like just about to be hung, because that's pretty much what he's gonna do to his ass. You know, just hang his, take him out. So it's actually interesting to see, like, yo, if he don't come out with something, he's getting framed, he's getting death penalty. It's over for my man's. But he pushed through, found out who he was. Now the difference is a lot of them. So when I read the comic, I used the illegal sites. I wasn't supposed to say that, but I did anyway. So when I read it, I actually read the 2 parts because Gotham by Gaslight was such a great comic that they came out of part 2, you know, Master of the Future, and I read them both together, right? So watching the movie, I was expecting them to do the Master of the Future as well, but what I noticed they did was they kind of combined it both of the stories. Like they focused only on Jack the Ripper in the movie. In the comic, it was only the first Gotham by Gaslight that focused on it. Master of the Future was like took place 3 years later. You know, that Batman already stopped being Batman. And yeah, so it was pretty interesting on that. I thought that was actually pretty cool. There's actually one big difference, that they took a lot of stuff. Like, for example, they took, he fights, what's this guy's name? I have it in my notes. Alexander Leroy. He's fighting him in this big blimp in Master of the Future. But in the movie, he's fighting Jack the Ripper on that same, like, airplane balloon thing. Which I actually thought was still pretty cool to see visually, but it doesn't go with the story. Like, I'm mad, but I'm not mad. Only because of, if they would have stuck with just page by page idea and expanded a little bit, they could have actually probably did a part 2 with Master of the Future. Also, the movie took a lot of almost all the, not all the characters, main characters from like the original Batman universe, Gotham universe, and made them into the movies versions. Like you see Selena Kyle, Harvey Dent, Poison Ivy. You even see the Robins. You see Dick, Jason, and Tim as orphans. Like in the movie. I actually thought that was really cool. But their personalities matched their comic personalities. You didn't see that in Gotham by Gaslight. The only ones you did see was Jim Gordon. You see, he shows like a picture of what seems to be the Joker. And he also has his Alfred, so on and so forth. Also, the comic starts off with Bruce talking to, I believe, a psychiatrist in London. And he gets back from London to Gotham to be introduced. Well, he introduces the reader to his Uncle Jake, who ends up becoming very important in the story going forward. Also, in the comic, it shows his parents getting killed. Like, that's actually what he's talking about to the psychiatrist about. He's explaining, like, the night that he got held up with his parents. You know, like the guy standing in front of their carriage with the gun, shoots the parents, and then Bruce got away, so on and so forth. The movie didn't actually show it. In the movie, he talks to Selena Kyle, who's, if you don't know Selena Kyle, is Catwoman. You know, after he laid that pipe down. Anyway, his mother. And she talks, oh yeah, your parents' death. And he goes, yeah, so maybe become Batman, because she figures out who he is. Blase blase. Also, that's actually something else that they kind of merged together. Also, the main difference that I'm going to tell you guys is the biggest spoiler. I want to leave it for last, but there's still going to be a couple other things I want to touch on. The identity of the Ripper. Whew. But both in the comic and in the movie, both reveals are like epic. But in the comic, his uncle, or acting uncle, was a family friend, Jacob Packer. Oh shit! His Uncle Jake becomes Jack the Ripper. You kind of start hearing the name, you're like, oh shit, yeah, fuck, makes sense. And in the movie, the animated movie, is James Gordon. Yo, that was crazy. It both was crazy. So pretty much that's the main difference, who the person is. For example, their motives is also different, which is why I left this for last. Apparently, Uncle Jake in the comic wanted to get with Martha Wayne, who's Bruce Wayne's mom. So I guess she thought it was a joke or something, laughed it off, and ended up getting with Thomas. Come to find out that the uncle framed, no, excuse me, he did frame Bruce Wayne. What I was going to say was he hired somebody to kill the parents that same night. You know, the night that, you know, bang, bang, that was the uncle's fault. He's supposed to kill Bruce too. Bruce got away. So the reason why he's doing all these killings is because he constantly hears Martha Wayne laughing at him. So to shut him up, he kills all the females to shut him up. James Gordon, sadistic, but it's like some movie type shit, which is kind of is, ironically. But apparently he's killing all the women because they're harlots, you know, hoes, hookers, whatever you want to call them. The original sin, pretty much. It's a sin that nobody could touch. Apparently he went to like this real strict Catholic school that even the nuns, because he's left-handed, and Bruce Wayne or Batman points that out many times that he's left-handed. But James Gordon seems to be right-handed. Apparently, you know, back in the day, they felt like left-handed people were like the devil. And they beat it out of him. So when he becomes Jack the Ripper, he's left-handed again. And it works out perfectly. They'll never figure out who he is. And he mentions it to Batman as he's fighting, you know, final fight scene, boss scene. And I actually thought that was really cool. The motive behind it was kind of just like generic. Oh, okay, I get it, you know, original sin. You're trying to wipe all the females down. Yeah, you know, cool. But him as Jack the Ripper was actually really better, too, because he fought Batman. It's James Gordon, you know, fought in the war. Man, serious. But he was like whooping his ass a couple times in the fight scenes. You know, you started wondering, like, oh, Batman, you losing your touch, bro? Like, you got to get out 1800. You got to go back into, you know, 99 and 2000s. But overall, both was great. Both was amazing. Very different. My favorite scene in the comic was actually the one scene. It's actually the Master of the Future now I'm thinking about it. That specific scene I'm thinking of. But and it happened in the movie too, but slightly different. He's in a fight bar with a friend of his. And his friend's like just talking shit. Like, oh, I bet you all this shit's rigged. Da-da-da-da. Can't believe it. He loses a bet, right? And this real big guy, he's winning all the fights. Boom, boom, boom. Take him left to right. You know, knock all these motherfuckers out. Bang, bang. Right? So the big guy who's winning all the fights goes, oh, you want to talk all that shit? You know, I'll fight you. So he goes, no, I'm sorry. So Bruce Wayne goes, I'll fight you. And then everybody's like, what? No, not Bruce, boy. He's like, yeah, I'll fight him. Tells his friend, bet heavy on me. Goes in there, right? Two swings. Whoop. But my man's cocked back. Bang! Hit him hard as hell. Boom. On the ground. They win all this money. A couple of stacks. But for those who don't understand this terminology, stacks means thousands. A couple $1,000s. Back in the day, this is a lot of money for them. They end up donating it. So that was actually one of my favorite scenes in the comic. If you want to go by the Gotham by Gaslight, it was actually the scene where he tells them, oh, I framed Bruce Wayne for these killings. He's going to go down for it, not me. You know, haha, I got away, whatever. And then Batman goes, oh, yeah? I'm not laughing or I'm not sad. And he pulls off the mask. And he's like, oh, my God, Bruce, it's you. And he's like all upset because it's Batman. And he just found out who killed his parents. So that's always epic. In the movie, my favorite scene actually had to be when he finds out it's James Gordon. He finds out to go tell James, listen, I think I know who the killer is, or whatever he's about to do. Like, please give me some time, whatever. And he walks in to his house. You know, his wife Barbara's there. Like, please, you can't go in there. Find like this secret passage under the stairs, and it's like all these like different displays about Jack the Ripper, James Gordon, the war pictures, and you end up seeing Barbara Gordon all upset. And she has like these burn scars all right here going around her face, and it's crazy. And then she's like, no, he has to get rid of all the females, the original sin, whatever. And he ends up finding James Gordon in the fair, the same fair that happened in Master of the Future, which was when I was talking about combining. He finds him, takes him down, fights him, and James Gordon actually ends up killing himself. He's chained up to like this, like a pole type thing. He backs up into a fire. Jack the Ripper in the comic dies too, but he actually tries to kill Batman, and James Gordon, boom, shoots him, bang, right between the eyeballs. But like I said, both was phenomenal. If I had to pick which one was better, because they were both very different. I would actually say the movie. I actually like that they took the characters and transformed them into their own versions. Like Harvey Dent was in there, and didn't really care for him. He's kind of arrogant and stupid. You get to see Selina Kyle, who was like his love interest. That in Master of the Future comic, he has a love interest, and she finds out it's Batman. Same thing Selina Kyle does, but she finds out a quicker rate because she's smarter. And the other bitch isn't. The Robins I thought was like great. You see them like trying to in the beginning listening to like some like street thug boss them around, and then Batman saves them. Then you see them again in the funeral of one of the sisters who helped raise Bruce Wayne, Sister Leslie, I believe her name was. R.I.P. to the realist. But overall, that was it. Making this review, I was actually very nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know if you can tell by just watching my video. But review videos are normally on the more the boring side. So I try to say it as animated as possible with giving you the stuff you need. You know? Also, please tell me what you thought of it. If you can, drop it below. Comments. Let me know what you thought. Maybe some different reviews you might have for me to do. Some like comics, movies, shows. I try to do as much as I can. So please, give me some ideas. That's what I need. That's what I feed off of. Also, big shout outs to everybody who's giving me pointers, some ideas. I appreciate all you guys. Without you, I wouldn't have no type of like going forward, because I kind of swing everything. I need to start planning more. My boss, Bang Bang Hemdy again, told me that I should start like doing bullet points. That was the whole point of having my phone with my Deathstroke case on. So I have bullet points to talk about. So I'm not so much of going about what I need to say. It's more of what I need to touch on. Everything else I'm kind of just winging it. But like, please tell me. Also, a couple suggestions about the videos being shorter. I am going to work on that. I'm going to try to find different ways to do that. But as of right now, unfortunately, I don't know if I can do that. If you have a short attention span, you're probably not watching it at this point. You probably already turned me off after 5 minutes. At somewhere between the dad joke and the similarities of the comic and movie, you probably turned off this video. And that's fine. That's cool. Everybody's entitled to it. Other than that, thank you again for your support. If you like, comment, share my channel, let's say page, my channel. I really do appreciate all the support. I really do. I have some big things planned. Please be on the lookout. I have some more ideas. I'm working on them. I'm trying to like combine as much as possible. As of right now, I'm gonna stick to 2 videos until I can move on to 3. But just know, 1 video coming soon is gonna be epic. I'm working on it. But for now, please like the shirt, Doomsday Clock, beautiful. Followed by the poster too, beautiful. Shout out to the man who drew this at Wade's Comic Book Store. It was, I believe, on Free Comic Book Day. If you live in the Philadelphia area, you know, or maybe Central Jersey or whatever, Wade's Comic Madness. Shout out to Wade if you're watching this. I'm not sure, but great store. I love them. Great people who work there. But Tom Romano, he was doing sketches, and I asked him, "Can you draw me Aquaman?" I was like, "I want the movie version," and he drew Jason Momoa. It looks just like him, and I should have shot him out in the other video, but I didn't. But shout out to my man there. Other than that, good night, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Whenever you're watching this video, enjoy your day. Like, comment, share. That guy, Ralph. Peace.